And then you have stories, these sappy stories on Humans of Bombay where they're like, oh, we met
changed
once
my
and
man.
then we got married. And you're like, yes, I can do it too. And if you look at it in hindsight, it's you who changed completely for that man.
You are entering the Overthink tank.
Should we do like a fake
You are
clapping?
entering the
Because I just don't know how to start.
Hi, hello, welcome.
Hey guys, this is the Overthink Tank Season 4. We're back with another season, and this is the podcast where I will do the overthinking for you. Today on this episode, I'm joined by two of my favorite people. I say this for everyone who comes here, by the way. Just letting you know.
Part of your job.
Part of my job. But we have with us Dolly Singh, and she is truly a multi-talented woman. I mean, she's given us Good Deep Bhabhi. She's given us Sunita. And she's given us the confidence to be ourselves on social media. So thank you for being here, Dolly.
It's not thank you. It's thank you.
Thank you. Along with Dolly, we have a really talented comedian friend of mine, Swati Sachdeva. I have to say, you are like completely eyebrow goals. Or should I say bhawe goals? Swati brought back the word bhawe, and that's exactly how I say eyebrows now.
Oh, that's the one I've seen.
So glad to have you two with me today, overthinking on the Overthink Tank. Are you ready for the question we have for you today?
Yes.
Dear Overthink Tank, I'm a 22-year-old single woman. I know it might sound ridiculous, but I've completely given up on finding someone. I've been on dating apps, but I've always found myself choosing the wrong people with commitment issues. I also believe that sometimes it is better to be with the wrong person than being alone. How do I stop dating the wrong people, or should I just give up on dating? Well, that's an intense question. When did you start dating, Dolly? When did you feel like, okay, now I'm old enough to like go out?
See, first of all, I'm going to say that this question, the way it's framed, is something I would have said, and I've been saying for years, where I felt like, oh my God, I just cannot happen to find someone who is for me in this world of dating apps, because people are really afraid of commitment, and it's okay. I started dating when I was around 18, so yeah, last year of school. I mean, I don't think I was ready, but I was definitely drooling.
My body is ready.
My body was ready.
Body is ready.
So that's when I started dating. I think, I mean, there's no perfect age, but I do relate very hard to the question, because I have always felt that, oh my God, why am I only looking for a commitment when everybody else around me is like, I don't want to commit, you know? So I was just like, I've had people break up with me because they were like, oh, we don't want anything serious. Or they would not even, I mean, after a point, I started asking this question very upfront, because I was like, okay, you know what? Now I know I want it, and I'm going to be honest about it. Because initially, when you're not as grown up, you haven't really seen the world, you're not as honest. So you're like, maybe I'll change him.
Maybe I'll fix him.
Yeah, maybe I'll fix him. Maybe I'll change him. Oh, he'll fall in love with me head over heels, and of course he'll change his ideology, and it'll be time, and he'll be serious, and we'll have a courtship of 10 years or whatever. So I did try that, but it wasn't working. So later on, I just initially used to mention that, you know what, I'm looking for something serious here. So if you're not, tell me.
Tell me up top. Yeah, don't make me like.
Don't make me waste my time.
Yeah.
I really got into that zone, because at this point I was working, and I was like, I just really cannot spend too much time on working with on this relationship where it's not gonna go anywhere for me.
Do you guys ever feel like relationships are also somewhat a distraction? Because I feel like they take up so much time. It's like a whole job.
For me, relationships are like life. Rest of the things are distraction.
Oh, I like that. What is your love language?
I've been like in relationships since a long time. मतलब I've been that person कि मुझे single रहने की सच में आदत नहीं है. I just want an emotional. मतलब मुझे I really appreciate companionship. And I was never that. मतलब I know my personality is like ये तो बहुत cool लड़की है. But वो cool मुझे रात को phone पे जरूर पता नहीं 10-20 सालों से रात को phone चल रहे हैं और वो phone call is so fucking important. I don't look at relationships like project. they're like the part of life. ऐसे ही है, मतलब निभाना, just like every other relationship, you निभाना ही तो है. Give
How
and take.
long have you been in a relationship for?
My first relationship was when I was 15.
Oh,
I was pretty young.
What's the longest you've been with someone?
4.
4 years.
Yeah.
That's commendable. The longest I've been in any relationship is like 1.5 years. That's it. Which is why I'm like, yeah, people
That's
I date
like graduation भी complete नहीं हुई आपकी.
drop out. What about you, Dolly? What's the longest relationship you've been in?
I think 2 years.
Yeah, 2
Nice.
years seems long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years, including about 6-7 months of just trying to break up.
Oh my god.
You know, when it just stretches and you're like, I want to give him a chance.
Yeah, and they keep having like make out sex. I'm like, don't, like make up sex.
6-7 महीने बहुत important होते हैं.
It was long distance, so
okay.
even this wasn't there. So it was just like emotional blackmailing, I would say. We were both enjoying manipulating each other, I guess.
Oh my god.
आई थिंक वो जो 6-7 महीने का वो टाइम होता है, मैं तो बहुत ही प्रिपरेशन करके चलती हूँ. लाइक इसको ब्रेकअप करना है और अगले 3 महीने में फटाफट से कोई ढूंढ लेना है.
तो इट्स लाइक अ जॉब फॉर यू. इट्स लाइक अभी मैंने रिजाइन किया है तो दूसरी जॉब होनी चाहिए.
एक्सेप्ट मैं ये जॉब्स को लेके नहीं करती.
ओह वाओ. डोंट यू लाइक फील लाइक आई नीड अ ब्रेक समटाइम्स?
आई थिंक मैंने थोड़ा एग्जैजरेट कर दिया है, बट या आई हैव हैड माय ब्रेक्स.
ओके.
या बट
इट्स लाइक मैं एक दिन की छुट्टी ले रही हूँ, कल ऐप डाउनलोड करेंगे.
वीकेंड आ गया है. एप्स आई हैव नेवर रिलाइड ऑन द एप्स.
तो
मिल
आर यू
जाता है
सेइंग कि
कोई.
तुम्हें ओल्ड फैशन वे में तुम्हें मिल जाता है?
आई डोंट नो, आई एम
ऐसे
अ
कैसे?
चार्मर.
यार मेरा तो लक अच्छा नहीं है.
I don't know why don't people have faith in colleges, offices and like parties. यहाँ है लोग.
पार्टीज हो रही हैं दिल्ली में.
Yeah, for a person like me, I'm very socially awkward in life. I'm a big introvert. So for me to go out and make friends or just like talk to someone is a very big deal. So when you say कि यार कॉलेज जाइए, मैं कॉलेज में किसी से बात नहीं करती थी यार. मैं लड़का कहाँ से पटाऊंगी? So like, so that was a bigger deal for a person like me. That's why I think wherein dating apps were a little easier because you're just talking, texting, you're trying to get to know each other, and then you meet when you realize that okay, yeah, you can try. And one-on-one conversations are definitely very easy for me that way than going in a crowd and making friends and actually meeting someone.
I was in college when I met the serious person. मतलब we became friends first. Why मैं तारी हूँ, it was never a project. We became friends. We were enjoying each other's company so much. कि then things started happening. So
that's like
I believe
slow
in
burns.
I believe in life's plan. Like इतना pressure नहीं.
But then you were telling me that if you are breaking up with someone like in the next 3 months, you need someone. So you start hitting all the parties in town.
नहीं, मेरे को actually मेरा जो breakup का reason था वो यही था that I was falling out in love. I was falling out of love. So I knew that मैं cheat करूँ इससे तो better है कि पर मैंने करा cheat.
Classic human mistake.
Yeah, it's like
I've been reading up a lot about cheating, by the way. Just like the idea, the concept as it is, because it's so common, and like only when it happens to you, you're like, wait a second, I'm not the only one. Like around, like I don't know if the stats are right, but like 40% of the relationships break because of infidelity. So it's a very common thing.
it's not the biggest crime, guys. It just happens.
We're not blaming you.
I'm so cute. मैं खुद ही cheat करती हूँ and then I'm like पता नहीं यार किसकी relationship को नजर लग गई हमारे.
Sorry. What do you think about this, like this slow burn thing where like a lot of like new people are talking about dating apps make it like faster, like by the third date you're like, are we doing this or are we not?
Yeah.
But like in an approach like Swati, you take your time, you figure out what a person likes, and that's like a more slow burn of a relationship. What do you think is more like organic or successful, I should say?
जो मेरा तरीका है वो मुझे बेस्ट लगा था because
तूने और तरीके ट्राई नहीं करे. हाँ, मेरा तरीका बेस्ट है.
I should be the dating guru or something.
Honestly, guys, is Instagram becoming the next dating app? Because a lot of people approach you on Instagram these days.
Instagram is a mini version of every other app. It's like
at this point
how you use it.
Yeah, exactly. You can sell drugs on Instagram. A lot of people do sell like thrift clothes, so you can actually use any. You can use. You can do whatever
Dealer
you
को
want.
प्राइमरी में डाल देते हैं.
Dealers close friends.
No, but
But I mean, don't follow me back, dealer. सब कुछ शक हो जाएगा.
please, how much follow back?
I think for people like us who have like business profiles and stuff, and we put out our work on that, I think it's more difficult. But I feel like if you have a private profile or just friends and stuff, and people follow you who know you through someone or whatever, I think it's a better prospect that way.
Correct.
Like you DM each other and you like start chatting or something happens or like other people's photos. I think it's much more difficult that like for us, like for me, I have like a million people, so I don't know who's a creep, who's not. So how will I ever choose, right?
Correct.
And for me, I also look at it in a way that, oh, this person is coming in my DMs and saying that he would like to take me out on a date, must be a creep.
Yeah, of course.
And that same used to happen with me outside also, by the way, because, you know, I used to go to ladies' night a lot with my friends, but my major thing was dancing. Although always was like, need to find a partner, need to find someone to love. You know, I've always been that person कि कोई तो प्यार करने के लिए चाहिए, because when I'm in love, I feel like very confident and very like I'm complete.
Correct,
Which is a very fucked up way to look at it, but like
That happens.
It's a very personality thing. So although I'm on a lookout for a man, if I would go to a ladies' night dance and someone would approach me, or a friend even, I'd be like, jerk. Because in my head, I'm like, he's come to a ladies' night. He must be a creep.
100%.
You know, he's come here for this.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna. And my friends were like, dude, if you're not gonna get it, let me at least like, he's coming to me. Why? Because I used to really have like this face I would make, or like just tell him, "Okay, fuck off." And my friends one time really took me to a corner and she's like, babe, this is what I'm here for. This is what a ladies' night is supposed to be like. Let me enjoy this. Please stop, you know, like making every guy leave. So I was like, okay.
Also, a lot of times it happens that you need like friends to tell you, because sometimes you're not the best judge for a person.
You're never the best judge.
Do you have someone who's like opinion you trust when it comes to like dating someone? Say you really happy with this person, but I want to just get an opinion on it. Who do you ask? Do you ask your friends?
When I met Manu, who's my boyfriend now, and because I've seen this, a lot of friends would tell me after my relationship has ended, oh, we always thought he was a jerk. Oh, we always knew. And I'm like, dude, why didn't you tell me in time? Because I am that friend for my friends, actually. I'm very honest like that, because I'm like, no, this one is not for you. But so with Manu, what I made sure, the second date I was on, I randomly bumped into Kusha.
Oh, nice.
And I was so happy because I just ran towards her. He's coming with his friends, Piche, and I just ran towards her and I'm like, Kusha, I'm with a boy. Can you please just talk to him and tell me if he's nice or not? Because obviously I can't see those things. And she did actually talk to him for like 40 minutes. These guys had a chat. And then I think on the third or fourth date, when I thought, okay, he's nice, I like him, and you know, things are getting serious at this point. So Komal was with me for a sleepover and I'm like, Komal, I really want you to meet him like literally right now, because before I go too deep into this, I need to know whether you approve or not. So I took her literally in her pajamas to meet him.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, I think these two people, Komal, Kusha, are like people.
How did they rate
tell
Manu
me.
on a scale of 1 to 10?
He's here.
Manu's in the control room, so he can hear us. Rate him.
I think they gave him an 11. They really love him.
Wow.
My friends really love
keeper.
him. Yeah.
In one of my relationships, the guy was constantly telling me that he doesn't want anything serious. Every night I would be like, so where is this going? And he would repeatedly tell me it's a casual thing for me, you know, nothing serious. And I would only hear, okay, he wants to marry me. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of confusing because I'm like, I'm still go with the very strong feeling of I can change his mind. And sometimes it seems like it could be doable because like, don't you think it's doable? Is it? I just feel like you can, because a lot of times when you're like dating someone, you know that this person is this person because of like his ex. So like exes like do play a big role in like changing a man. So I feel like I can also do some. I feel like I'm out
and then you have stories, these sappy stories on Humans of Bombay where they're like, oh, we
I
met
changed
once
my
and
man.
then we got married. And you're like, yes, I can do it too. And if you look at it in hindsight, it's you who changed completely for that man.
100%.
And then you're like, you completely lost yourself. I've done that so many times. Just to please the other person, I just literally become a second person. And I'm not myself at all in front of that person.
You're right. I remember like leaving my stand-up comedy because I was in a relationship that was so like I needed to have my evenings free. So in case he calls me, I'm free. And like I would not go to my gym classes because it was like in case he wants to hang out, well, I'm available. And that would never like happen. Like it would be like he would prefer hanging out with other office colleagues even when he was free, which was like a clear red flag. But I always like gave him the benefit of doubt. Okay, he's busy and he has a new job. Well, I'm so close to giving out his name.
I was just going to ask you.
So close.
Initials de do.
No, but like I've discussed my boyfriends on most podcasts. So I think people kind of know
Content
now.
of all times. That's why relationships are important.
But dude, we broke up and it always remained the same. Like the same problem was that he didn't want anything serious and I wanted him to give me more time, which is a part of a serious relationship.
Yeah.
So yeah, we broke up mutually, but it was so hurtful. It was very hurtful.
Yeah, I can relate. Even like sometimes you are the wrong person in the relationship because it's not always the other person who is giving you the red flags. I've been wrong to people and I've been wronged by people. So, पता नहीं शायद ये कर्मा भी है.
All that cheating is catching up to you.
Yeah, dude.
आज पार्किंग भी नहीं मिली हमारी लड़की को. आपको लगता है ये कर्मा है?
सच में लग रहा है मुझे.
What have your struggles been in dating?
It's very weird. So I'm definitely a very old school person. Like ideally I would like to meet someone on the street, bump into someone in the library or a cafe. You know, I've had those I've had those visions. I've created those fantasies in my head where I'm like ऐसे बैठी होंगी और फिर इधर से कोई आएगा बोलेगा hello, hey, did you drop this? And you know, like that kind of moment will happen. Obviously never happened. Also because I have a resting bitch face and no one ever approached me. Because like bitch. But like on the dating app, then it's like a very different thing for me because although it makes it easier for a person like me, I hate texting.
I hate texting too.
So it's like you have to really give it all first before you meet up. And how do you make sure this person is not a creep before you meet up? So you do have to text. So you know, these kind of like first world problems.
But it's definitely a struggle, and like you have to figure out if you stay in the same city so you can eventually meet. Because of what if it's in the US? Are you believe in the long distance setting? What do you guys think?
No, I don't think I can do it.
Yeah. What do you think?
I've never done it and I don't think I'll ever be able to. Like it requires a lot of मतलब बहुत ही ज़्यादा पुराना relationship हो उसको तुम्हें पता है कि यार this is the one, then probably you can try. But to start and begin with it, I don't know.
You're just
मैं फिर I'll go back to the cheat face.
I'll go back to the cheat face.
फिर मेरे को मत बोलना कि
इसमें मेरी गलती नहीं है guys.
We were on a long distance break. I've seen this new trend where I think I saw an Instagram post where they were like, learn from Bollywood celebs to how to be mature enough to be friends with your exes. You know how these Bollywood celebrities are and like
Mature. She got her tattoo removed. Deepika Padukone.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, it's okay. I mean, I understand it's their work and they can't completely shun someone off, especially if you're A-listers and you're you only have a few actors at your level and you have to work with them. That's a different thing. And okay, even if they're friends, good for them. But it's not a sign of maturity.
Exactly.
You can't call it maturity. I'm sorry if I don't want to be friends with my ex. That's just me safeguarding my mental health and just safeguarding myself. I don't want to be friends, man. Call me immature. It's okay.
I think these things can never be taught. These are the most natural processes and मतलब बहुत ही this is life. How are you forcing? I know people who are friends with their exes. They can pull it off.
Yeah.
But तुम कभी सिखा नहीं सकते guys ऐसे कर लो. Probably I cannot and no Instagram post can change that.
Correct. Yeah. 100%. And do you block your exes on Instagram?
No, I want that person to see how I'm doing.
Dude,
that's a good one.
It's such a big trap to like, because once you're broken up, you're not over that person, and there is still that phase of like, what if he sees your stories?
Yeah.
ये फेम वाला सीन बहुत बुरा है ना, मतलब एक पोस्ट चल जाती है उस तक तो पहुंच ही गई होगी.
Same. और अगर उसने actually में देख लिया, then I'm like, well, he's going to call me in a bit.
Imagine like उस इंसान के पास तुम्हारी एक piece of work 4-5 जगहों से आ रहा है. उसका तो पूरा दिन खराब है ना.
Actually, कभी-कभी मुझे लगता है जब when people share like my some things on like their Instagram stories, I'm like मेरे ex का दिन खराब हो गया because my ex
good day for me. Such a good day.
What a trick, yaar. We're such like witches. Again, coming back to this question, this person says she keeps ending up with the wrong person. Do you feel like there is a particular kind of person that would be wrong for you?
उस टाइम रियलाइज नहीं होता, उस टाइम तुम लगे रहते हो, बट वेरी सून आफ्टर द ब्रेकअप यू रियलाइज कि हाँ इट वाज, मैं बहुत मेंटली बहुत ज़्यादा एग्जॉस्टिंग था वो. बहुत थोड़ी खुशी के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा गम. It's not worth it, right?
Yeah.
Just because तुम chase कर रहे हो तुम, और वो एक शायद एक एज होती है. I think stupidity even sense has not prevailed yet. I have changed a lot over last 3 years. I was very clumsy, very chaotic in nature. कि बस chasing people, and I used to have them because मैं जो भी मतलब पाने की वो
नशा हो गया था आपको.
possession, like कि नहीं भाई मुझे पसंद है तो I'll figure my way out too. But it's never successful. And ultimately you fall in love with the person जिससे बिल्कुल expected नहीं होता.
Oh my God.
This is why I believe in the course of life. The person I never imagined
will be your yeah.
वो उसी के साथ हैं अब और high five दे रहे हैं.
Really?
This is a movie I can see.
That's fantabulous, dude.
So I think our question like give up on love, it's just not the thing to do.
But I definitely think you should take a break because
do
break
all
to
of
le liya
that.
karo because it can get really exhausting to
Giving
be on
up
dating
on
apps.
love is like giving up on companionship in general. Do you want to stay alone? Can you pull that off?
No,
I think most people cannot.
100%. But also, since I moved back with my parents, I've also feel like I feel the need for a partner. I just feel sometimes, it's not about like I want to go out to like do picnics and shit, but sometimes you just need
chill,
that phone call, that like end of the day summary ki this is how my day was, how was your day, and that's it. But yeah, that's not as easy to find, especially on dating
That's
apps.
even more difficult.
Yeah.
So much more difficult to have someone who's just interested in your
talking
day.
to you.
It's
Nobody will give a fuck. No
it's so
one.
difficult to get that person. But I think one thing I just want to tell her is, like, first of all, 22 is not an age to give up on love.
You can
Come
give up on a
on.
course.
Yeah. Come
You
on.
give up on engineering.
Yeah, that makes sense at 22.
Drop out of school is what we're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, I think the priorities are a little messed up here. And something that I think I never was not able to achieve, but I was really trying hard, was to be able to be happy and single. Because although I am always like, okay, yeah, love is great and, having a companion is great, I think just to be able to enjoy yourself, to be with yourself, to have other things in life to look forward to, like a career or like a hobby or like friends, that's very important.
100%.
And I feel like because for the longest time in my head I was just looking for someone, and I also because I came from a place where I did not have a lot of friends growing up, so it was always like I need that one person in life to share everything with, which is why it became more of a priority. I really like messed my head up because I was doing too much thinking, spending so much time just thinking about it. How do I meet this person? How do I make it happen? How do I get it? And if it doesn't happen, then I would, really feel bad and like have spent like years in just dealing with, mental. I've had a breakup which was so like a relationship for 2 months, but it it really fucked me up for over a year.
Oh my God.
I didn't come out. I was so depressed. And that was a very low time in my life. So a relationship did that to me. And what, a 2-month relationship? That's just sad, man. So all I want to say is, as much as it feels good to have a partner who you love, it's also just as beautiful to be able to love yourself and spend time with yourself and not constantly look out for that love. Because honestly, what I've learned is when you're attracting it too much, you're trying to like really get it, वो कभी नहीं होता यार.
Oh wow.
जब तुम थोड़ा सा chill हो जाते हो ना life में, when you're like देख लेंगे ना जब होगा, even on apps and all, I know you're looking for it, you're having fun, but don't forget to just don't make it like your life's
your project. You're like, I have to date someone by this
आज
age.
चलो अब 3 घंटा dating app पे बिताएंगे. Because you really have to get
3
someone.
घंटे तो निकल जाते हैं, पता भी नहीं चलता. Swipe करते करते कुछ. But as you were talking about how there's so much anxiety when around dating also, because like relationships are such a big part of people's life, and especially people who've grown up with the idea कि only a man can complete you. I bet for a lot of people they face genuine dating anxiety when it comes to like finding someone. Because marriage का pressure चल रहा होगा.
I've had this for the longest time. I come from a place where my parents are very conservative, so they're always like shaadi karni hai. And at one point in my life, I remember when I was working with Ariva, I actually had given up because I was like, okay, I'm 24 now. in the next 2 years I'll be 26, which is a good time to get married. I think my parents would want it, and my parents also started saying, कोई है तो बता दो, हम तो तुम्हारे लिए नहीं ढूंढ पाएंगे, तुम्हारे level का पढ़ा लिखा, you know, all of that.
सारे माँ बाप.
That started. So I was just like, and imagine that's such a weird place to be in, where your parents are like, कोई है तो बता दो, and you're like, कोई
नहीं है. Oh, dude, my mom
अरे
is,
हम तो आप पे डिपेंड कर रहे थे. आप हम पे कर रहे थे.
My dad is like, मैं गोवा में डेस्टिनेशन वेडिंग कर दूंगा, बस तू लड़का ढूंढ ले. तो उन्होंने बाकी सब तैयारी कर दी है. उन्होंने कहा यहाँ पे होगी वेडिंग, यहाँ पे हम हेलीकॉप्टर में लेके आएंगे, बस अब लड़का ढूंढना ही बाकी है.
OMG, helicopter.
So if any guy is interested, this podcast is great for that purposes. I'm single and looking for someone to give me a ride on a helicopter.
To ride.
But yeah, dating anxiety. Have you had any of that when you were growing up, Swati?
So I just see it like this now. Like, let's say it's like a pizza. Okay?
I love this analogy already.
Love is your favorite topping on that. There's a lot more to that pizza, right? So if that's not working out, if your favorite topping is not there, but ultimately pizza is life, okay? Just don't give up on that. So मेरे साथ जब भी ऐसा हुआ, like dating anxiety and all, so ठीक है, life took its course, रोना धोना हुआ, but ultimately अपने आप ही सही direction, दरवाजे खुल जाते हैं. And I never took things like a project के इस time पे इस देर तक ये हो जाना चाहिए. So if you're going through that anxiety, just breathe it out.
What do your parents say? Do they ever like ask you when do you think you're gonna get married, or are they chill?
Topic.
Everyday topic, same. Another stats for you guys. Pandemic was actually the biggest reason why a lot of like single women got married, because they were back home with their parents and they were like, खाली तो बैठी हो, engagement कर लो 9 महीने, मतलब
रोका हो जाए.
हाँ, रोका हो जाए, खाली बैठे बैठे शादी कर दी.
तुम्हारे फेवरेट रिश्तेदार भी आ
पेरेंट्स का फेवरेट टाइम पास है.
या
किसी की तो शादी करा लो.
हाँ, किसी के मुंह पे जब तक हल्दी ना लगाए ना, उनको मजा नहीं आता. But yeah, so I wonder, how do you tackle this? Because not for a 22-year-old person, but like for people in their 20, like who are 25, they feel this pressure of finding someone through a dating pool, and also this pressure of like कि mom dad को भी impress करना पड़ेगा.
यार अभी तो मतलब the best way is to act so stupid in front of them.
Guys, note it down. Great advice coming in by Swati Sachdeva.
तो यही है, मतलब I just pretend that I'm really not ready. मतलब I'll fuck up someone's life. Do you want that?
That's hilarious.
दहेज में सारा पैसा थेरेपिस्ट को चला जाएगा. तो यही I'm just not ready for it. So
यार ये तो फिर मैंने गलत कर दिया. मैंने कल ही हलवा बना के दिया था घर वालों को, बहुत impressed हो गए थे. तो ये तो I should work the other way. I should make awful things.
My mother used to say this. My mother is like, तुम दिल्ली में सब खुद से कर लेती हो, तुम यहाँ पे आके कभी हेल्प नहीं कराती है. I'm like, in my head I'm like, that's the plan. I don't want to show you what all I can do, because then you'll have these images in your head about me getting married. You know, at one point, because I used to do characters and stuff and I would wear a lot of Indian wear, my mother would call me, आज तुम्हारी वीडियो देखो, उसमें फोटो लिया तुमने कोई? वो फोटो एक सोलो फोटो. I took a picture with Priyanka Chopra, and my mother is calling me saying, एक सोलो फोटो भी भेज दो बेटा. And I'm like, मुझे पता है ये फोटो कहाँ जाने वाला है.
You should have said, Mom, Priyanka is married. क्यों चाहिए आपको उसकी सोलो फोटो?
Thank you, Dolly, and thank you, Swati, for being on this episode. I feel like we've overthought this question and we've done justice to it. But if you have any last piece of advice for this person who is so sick of dating, how should she go ahead from this?
The cliche thing is to say take a break, but it's not easy. Totally. You are in a weird dilemma, but you need to find something which you are as passionate about as probably you are for love. So find that one thing and just passionately follow that until you realize that, okay, now I'm ready. It could be anything. For me, it was stand-up for a really long time, and it worked out. So this is what I probably think at 22. There are a lot of things to be passionate about. So leave love for on the side.
Put it on the side for a while.
But don't give up, dude. That's the most beautiful thing to do in life. Why give up? Do not.
Don't give up. Don't give up. That's
Come back
Swati's
to
parting
it
words.
And let life take its course.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Swati. Dolly, what do you have to say?
I'm just, like Swati said, that please don't give up. I think giving up is just the wrong word to use. Obviously there are people who are like, I don't need love. good for them. So if you become that person, that's another thing. But don't give up. Don't feel sad about it. Yeah, there's so many other things you can do. Like I mentioned, just work on yourself, man. Just so much you can learn and be a part of. And क्या पता स्वाति की तरह किस्मत में लोग अपने आप ही आ जाएं. So थोड़े टाइम के लिए ट्राई करना बंद कर दो. Maybe it'll come to you. Or even if it doesn't, who cares, man?
Yeah. But yeah, in conclusion, I would just like to say that, it's okay that the people you have and like met up until now have commitment issues. It's not like their fault that they can't commit to you. You should also like hold yourself up to a higher standard.
Yeah.
Which is because when you grow old, you suddenly realize, okay, I don't need all these things. I don't need, my whole worth doesn't have to come from this guy. But if you're 22 and you're already asking such big questions, maybe it's time to like relook at what you look for in a partner and take a break. Do some thinking. Do some overthinking. But this is it. That's the episode. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dolly.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
Swati. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Overthink Tank. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Otherwise, you'll be cursed to have bad sex for 7 years. Don't tell me how I know that.